Buy art, buy art. You see this frame? This frame is the type of frame, a Kulik frame that they used at the Museum of Modern Art when they first opened it. In the middle part of the 20th century, when the Museum of Modern Art was coming of age, Michael Kulik was the frame maker, and these were the kinds of frames that were made. These lovely metal frames. This is what you're looking for. Tell me about the Moffett painting. How did you buy it? How did you acquire it? Tell me you bought it at a yard sale or a thrift store or somewhere like that. Thrift store. How much did you pay? $15? Did you negotiate? Did you tell them I'm not giving you $20, I'm only giving you $15? With your cute little face, you're not negotiating? You are silly. Put on that lipstick and start negotiating. This particular piece is a piece by the mid-20th century American artist, and this particular piece, you can see from the canvas, this is acrylic on canvas. 1950s, 1960s, value on the piece in my hand, about $700. What did you pay, 15? Frankie, baby, you're the girl. There it is. When you're buying objects, particularly at thrift stores, I want you to think about art. I want you to even, very gently, even touch it. See if you can touch the textile. Touch the texture, not the textile. Touch the texture. Look at the back. If there's a dust screen on it, that piece of paper, you know, ask them, can I just look at the back and move that paper so I can see the canvas? If the color of the canvas is very bright white, you know, like my ivory skin. If it's very bright white, you want to make sure that you know that you're getting something newer. If it's darker in color, it's probably older and aged. All right? And then light-colored balsa wood, apple wood, or a soft wood stretcher is usually American, and it's usually 20th century, or the 1900s to the 2000s. Right? The Ziegler painting. What made you buy it? Pretty frame and it was cheap. Somebody was smoking, you know, smoking around this. You can see the yellow haze, the same nicotine haze you can see in your teeth and your fingers if you're a smoker. Same thing, all over the canvas, okay? It can be cleaned, but this is a pretty nice piece. A still life piece. Ziegler is a female artist, latter part of the 1920s. Value on your painting, about $500. Value on your frame, another $100. How much did you pay at the thrift shop? $4.90. Did you negotiate? People go, oh my gosh. I want you to negotiate. But $4.90 for a $500 painting, pretty good. How did you acquire this painting?
Thrift store.
Thrift store.
20 years ago.
20 years ago in a thrift store. Okay, what do you know about it?
Nothing.
At all?
At all.
Nothing. Is it realistic?
Yes.
Is it impressionistic?
Yes. It's
Is it
impressionistic.
expressionistic?
It's impressionistic.
It's impressionistic.
Yes.
It's quick and thick. A quick brushstroke, a thick application of paint.
Thick.
Yeah, it's quick and thick. Quick brushstroke, thick application of paint. Nice. Yeah. It really looks to me like the work of an artist named Manet, M-A-N-E-T. A couple of things I like about it. First of all, I like the rick-rack on this area. I like the way in which the structure of the face. I like the hat, which is in light and shadow. I like the background that you can actually see, and I like the palette or the different colors. Here's what I don't like. I don't like this board, but this board is typical of en plein air painting, which means we're going to paint outdoors directly from the actual subject, en plein air. But I would like it more if I felt the whole piece was French. I think this is an American artist who is looking at a French painter, and this is American support, right? We're not oil on canvas, but we're oil on panel, right? I think the place has been somewhere where someone has smoked for a long time. That's what the yellow haze is, all this yellow deterioration that you see overall. But the image and the way in which the face is constructed is very typical of followers of Manet. Probably an American student, possibly trained at the École des Beaux-Arts or the Académie Julienne, both in Paris. where many of those artists were making a big impact. So it's looking at a painting from about 1875 to about 1884, because he dies in 84, Manet does, and a piece that basically is just a little bit later than that. So value on the piece, I would say easily $350, but I think it's an American artist after Edward Manet. Very nice. How much did you pay?
20 bucks.
20 bucks at the thrift store. It's out there. I want you to collect art, furniture, I want you to look at jewelry, and I want you to look for the marks. If you're at the thrift store, look for quality and condition, and make sure that you are collecting in those areas. We've had some nice thrift store finds today. Ty and Helen. Bum, 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 bum. Which one's older? Ty's or Helen's? Ty, you think so? Ty, how'd you acquire your piece?
From a thrift store.
Can you see the daylight through it?
Yes.
You see it? You see it? Okay, from a thrift store. All right. What made you buy it?
Just interesting and
Interesting, fascinating, unusual. All right. All right. What do you think it is? Sure looks like a John Constable.
yeah.
What do you know about John Constable? The early 1800s painter, romantic painter, first landscape painter of the modern era, early 1800s English. The Hay Wain.
Right.
Is that what you've got?
Well, it is a reverse of the original painting.
The original painting is called the Hay Wain. It's in every art history book. If you didn't take art history, it's in there. Take my word for it. I took every art history course there was. All right. And paid for it too. Anyway, this particular piece is an oleograph. That means it is a picture of a picture, right, which has then been printed onto a piece of canvas. It's been nailed to this stretcher bar, and then it has been varnished on top. That's what is eating through your canvas, right? What did you pay at the thrift store? More than 15 bucks? 50 cents is good, because it's worth about 15 bucks. Okay. Now, would you trade yours for Helen's? Here's Helen's. Helen, how'd you acquire yours? You got it at a thrift store as well, right? Okay. So your particular piece, I'm going to put ties down for a moment. Your particular piece has a signature, and it is an original work of art. Is it oil or is it acrylic? Oil paint, acrylic paint? You're going to say oil. You're going to think it's oil. It might be oil. It's oil. It is not shiny the way acrylic paint would be. Think of your nails. Won't be able to do it now. There it is. See it? Shiny. Acrylic, right? I did them just for you before I came to Texas. Because, you know, you had hands in the gloves and they always look terrible and the whole thing. Matte color, very, very, not shiny, more matte is oil. So you have an oil painting on canvas. How old is it? Can I have a microphone? You looked at one of my videos.
And you were explaining that, I don't know, before a certain year when they started using staples, people put them together with a
Nails.
nail.
That's right. Usually before 1950, sometimes 1945, 50, right? Okay. So your piece is made prior to 1945, let's say. Early 20th century. Is it the painting of a woman, by a woman, or is it by a man?
I don't know because I never could really see the name.
Really can't see that signature, right? Okay, so what I see is I see Mary Ann Palmieri. Do you know who Mary Ann Palmieri is?
Tell me she was really good.
She's really not that good. It's not bad, but you know, she's no George O'Keeffe, right? And we've had that happen in these programs. We've had people bring in those major works of art by major artists not knowing who that was, right? Mary Ann Palmieri looks like she is a trained artist. So she looks like she understands how to basically compose a painting of course, a still life. This is oil on canvas. It dates to before the World War II. Value on your piece, about $75. What did you pay?
About that.
About $75 at the thrift store. What do you got to do at the thrift store? Bring cash, be polite, negotiate.